The word stronghold as a noun is a place that has a fortified, is a place that's been fortified so as to protect itself against attacks. As a synonym, it's like a fortress, a fort, a castle, or even a tower. And sometimes used as an adjective, stronghold could be a particular place in your mind or a particular belief that one may have. Some of us are stronghold about our football teams, and we think that they can't lose. And some of us have strongholds about our basketball teams. But it's great to have a stronghold about your relationship with Christ. When I mean a stronghold, I'm saying that you're unmovable, you're unshakable, and you know that you know no matter what anybody else say. That's your stronghold. As I was just looking at the map of Europe, I was looking at the UK. And if you know anything about world history, you know that the Britons at some point was running or ruling the majority of the world. And I was just wondering, how could that be that they could rule so many countries? And they did it. They even ruled the United States for a while. That's why people left Britain to come here. You go to the Bahamas, they're British places. You go to the Virgin Islands, they're still ruled by the British. Even in India on the continent of Asia is still ruled by the British government. But what you find that's unique about Britain is that Britain, or the United Kingdom, is totally surrounded by water. They built their fortress in such a way where it's hard to attack a person by water without them seeing you coming. That's why when people fight or when they will fight wars, the person that had the advantage was those that would be up on the hill, because it's hard to fight going up a hill, but it's easier to fight going down a hill. And when you think of those strongholds in life now, I'm thinking of the strongholds about mine. I'm thinking about the strongholds that have attacked us so much in our lives, the strongholds of things that we wanted to give up, but we found it hard to give up. Paul talks about the weapons. He said these weapons are not carnal. He did not rely merely on arm of flesh or the earthly sword, but he's talking about the might of God, the power of God to change things. And truthfully, we're living in a world now where it seems like God is dead. Seems like everything is going on and everything is happening in the world, and it seems that we're steadily going downhill, but he is alive. And when Paul was talking about this, he was talking about the power to pull down strongholds. The Bible talks in the scriptures, and he said that when a man comes into a home to break in, he first binds the strong man. He binds the head. And when you look at life today and where we are, you can see where the head has been bound. And there's less and less men in the homes than ever before. And when you're talking to a family that has no man in the home, they will think that when there is a man that, well, why is he so strict? Why is he so this? Well, men bring order into a place. Because the Bible tells us to follow Christ, follow men as they follow Christ, and that the man is the head of the wife. And I know that deep down that in itself presents problems for us. But let's talk about strongholds. Let's talk about strongholds today. Now, it's sad enough that we as parents have strongholds on our children. Because truthfully, sometimes we do. I'm guilty. But it's really sad when your children have strongholds on you. Now that's a problem. When you're being controlled by your own child. And you say, well, Pastor, that's not my situation. Well, keep listening. I'm going to find you. Maybe the stronghold is in your career. Maybe your stronghold is money, the next promotion. And maybe you'll do whatever you can to get that next little bump in pay or get that next position. Maybe you'll sell your soul to the devil to become the next supervisor. Maybe that's your stronghold. Or maybe your stronghold could be drugs, alcohol. I know we in church and you don't want to dare hear the pastor talk about it, but maybe your stronghold could be pornography. After all, we all like sex, right? Oh, you're in church, you don't want to talk. You young folks better not like it. that you keep living in your head. And I know that that's something tough to talk about because nobody wants to talk about it. But maybe your stronghold is something that you're watching at night when nobody's watching. Maybe your stronghold is the alcohol that you like to drink. You know, you're just having a good time, but when you're kind of stressed out, I just have a drink. You know, one drink becomes two drinks. And you say, Pastor, are you saying there's something wrong with drinking? No, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with anything. You have to know that for yourself. Because the law of God has given us liberty, but we create strongholds on ourselves. You say, well, preacher, I don't have a problem with pornography. I don't have a problem with drinking, and I certainly don't do any weed. Maybe your stronghold is food. Maybe you find yourself can't resist those sweets. Man, you got to have sweets. You know, after every meal, you got to get you some sweets. And before you know it, man, you desire those things. You desire that sweets. And before you know it, that thing has some control over you. Simple things like sweets. Maybe the stronghold is your lack of wanting to come to church. You know, I believe that once you skip a few Sundays, it's easy to skip the next Sunday because it gets easier, right? You'd rather watch a little Gunsmoke, a little Bonanza, Death Valley Days, and all of those cowboy movies. Huh? And so it's easy not to want to come to church and not to want to hear the message. Maybe your stronghold is that you have a problem with being corrected. Every time someone challenges you in some areas of your life, you get offended. And you get angry. Miles Monroe put it this way. He said, anger is the wind that blows the mind. Maybe you have this narcissistic type personality that, man, if it ain't your way, it ain't no way. Maybe that's a problem for you, being in control. And when you're not in control, you have a tendency to get violent. Maybe that's not your stronghold. Maybe your stronghold is that you are such a wimp of a man that you constantly allow people to belittle you. Maybe that's your problem because mama talked down to you and told you that you'll never be anything, or your daddy said that you'll never be anything, or mama said that you just like your dad. Those could be strongholds. Those could be things that are holding us down from being who we need to be. Look at the stronghold that's taking place over our young people today. Look at the young people that are committing suicide. Look at the young people today that their mind is just all over the place. They're just so hyperactive and they just into everything. And we got to give them rhythm. We got to give them pills and all of this stuff. Look at the stronghold that the enemy is taking on these boys, these male kids, these black boys. There are studies that say that getting these different shots that the government makes you get have adverse effects on black males. But we do it anyway because it's what's required. But could you imagine that something we're giving our child is causing him or her to act the way that they act? Well, we could be like Flip Wilson and we could blame it on the devil. The devil made us do it. But sometimes, church, it's really not the devil, other than the fact that it's something inside of us that creates this type of atmosphere that causes us to be irritated and aggravated. And we can't sit still. And we don't listen because it's not interesting. That's why our young boys are not doing well in school. They rather play and hoop and holler and joke and make people laugh than to get their lesson. And when you challenge them to do better, well, they brush you off. Well, he's just having fun. But he or she is getting behind, having fun. But do you not think that maybe there's a force that's pressing against our kids that's causing them to act the way they act? Stronghold. And sadly to say, and I'm sorry to inform you, you can't beat it out of them. You can beat them all day long and they'll just get tougher and it'll soon end and they'll go back into what they've been going into until you begin to deal with the situation. Am I talking to anybody today? And so when you begin to understand that this is a spiritual fight, well, how do I fight it? How do I fight this spirit? How do I fight this force that's coming And before you know it, you're arguing about nothing. Ooh. In your own home. Y'all quiet today. Come on, talk to me. I ain't gonna hold you long, but this is good stuff. Because it's stronghold. Why am I so aggravated with the children? And they doing the same thing they've been doing, but today especially I'm aggravated and I'm upset. And be quiet and sit down, and I don't want to hear anybody ever been like that. And you don't even understand what happened. You wake up and everything's fine, and by the time you go to work and deal with the spirits there and get back home, you're in a bad state of being, a bad mindset is wearing you down. And I read this post this morning, and kudos to you, Sister Underwood, for telling these people to back off. It's a stronghold to make you ask me about a job 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. You got problems. Y'all think I'm kidding, but it's a problem when you're receiving this. Your phone ringing, you think there's something wrong, and they talking about a job. You're like, are you high? It's something, huh? People don't care about your time. Amen. And when the enemy can't get you, when he can't get your wife, when he can't get your children, he's happily to waste your time. Amen. Your time. You say, well, it's just time. Man, time is something you cannot get back. And nobody wants that time just wasted. If that's the case, answer those telemarketers and just talk to them since you want to waste time. We've been trying to get you. Your car insurance has expired. We've been trying to reach you about your pain management medicine. I mean, you name it. The IRS is trying to get you. Please call this number at once. Man, there's always something that bugs the hell out of you. You just get so tired of it. I mean, man, you're in a good mood, and you sit down to eat, and there it starts. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all, we're hell. I do curse, okay. I say 2 words. I say hell and damn. And sometimes I say, damn hell, or hell damn. That's about it. That's all you're going to get out of me. So get over it, okay? That's just something I say sometimes. And they do bug the hell out of it. And maybe that's a good thing, right? Maybe it teaches you something. I don't know what it teaches, brother, but maybe it's something. I mean, you know. And sometimes, church, and I'm going somewhere. Paul writes this to the church of Corinth because Paul is saying, look, man, y'all going to be dealing with some stuff. You look at Facebook, and I don't do much about Instagram and Snapchat and all those other little old stuff. But you can look now, there's an attack on Christianity. There's an attack on the Bible, that the Bible you're reading is not real. There's an attack that Jesus didn't exist, and all kind of little things people find themselves going into, and we're the original Hebrews, and we're the original this, and we're the original that, and all of that stuff sounds fine. But then you still got to deal with you. Okay, you're the original. Well, act like the original then. You're the original. Well, be the original. You're the original this. Well, be that. But it sounds good to talk about, but it's a little bit difficult to implement in your life. Strongholds. And I see sometime in life that the strongholds have attacked our seed. Our seed. My daughters are nothing like me. They do stuff I wouldn't dream of doing. They just all over the place and just, and I mean, I'm saying this because now I'm a parent, and I bet my mom said the same thing about Ella Pete. She done said it about me. I try to stay kind of grounded. But I'm sure we're all thinking about the things that they do in church. No, let's be honest. When you look at kids today, can't you tell they're different? A young lady told me last evening that this baby started walking at like 8 months. I said, man, I thought it almost a year, but I guess it's not uncommon. You know, they can start walking early. And I'm like, man, these kids are advanced now. And now these kids understand gadgets and games. They can turn your iPad on and iPhone on, and they can go to their little game, and they can watch those screens and do those stuff. And you're looking back and say, wow. But you put them in a setting where they need to have attention, they have no attention span. You ever wonder why? Because the enemy is attacking the mind of our kids. Church, I'm no medical guy, and I don't even pretend to be one on TV. So I'm just telling you like this. You can get heart transplants. You can get lung transplants. You can even get kidney transplants. But one thing I don't hear much about, you can't get a brain transplant. Man. Your heart and lungs and everything can be functioning well, but if you have no brain activity, they say you're dead. Amen. Why is that, church? Because the battle of the people is in their mind. The enemy is coming after our mind. Do y'all get this? The enemy is coming after your mind. That's why they say a mind is a terrible thing to waste. The battle is in your mind. Man, nothing is stronger than a man with his mind made up. A woman with their mind made up. You can do anything if your mind is made up. There's no limits to what you can do if your mind is made up. But James said that a double-minded man or woman is unstable in all their ways. Nothing is worse than a person that can't make their mind up. You go into a restaurant to eat, you ought to know what you want. I'll be daggone if you're going to pick for me. I'm going to eat. I know what I want to eat, but don't go. Well, I don't know what I want. Well, you don't need to eat today. You need to go somewhere else. Church, you don't get there because there's some things in your life that you ought to have your mind made up. If you go into Red Lobster, they serve seafood. Don't go to Red Lobster getting steak. They don't specialize in that. They specialize in seafood. It's like you going to Popeyes to get you a hamburger because they started this special. Popeyes don't sell burgers. That's not their specialty. Do y'all get what I'm saying today? Knowing God is our specialty, nothing should separate you from the love of God. Why? Because you are a born-again believer. You have been converted, and God is your specialty because He's your Father. And no matter what anybody try to tell you that, man, God ain't with you, the Word say He'll never leave you nor forsake you. He has my back. And when you begin to try to focus on God, you can rest assured that enemy is coming. He's going to attack. He's going to irritate. He's going to distract you. He's going to distract everything you're trying to do. That is his job. But the Bible says, resist the devil and he will flee. You ain't got to fight with him. Just resist him. How do you resist the devil? You have affirmations. Devil, today we're going to church. I don't care how you act, Junior. You still going. I don't care what you do. If I got to take you out of the hall, if I got to take you outside, we're going today. Why? Because you have your mind made up. And your mind, the Bible said, let this mind be in you, which was also in Christ Jesus. That's a powerful way of thinking. Having a Christ-like mind. That no weapon formed against you can prosper because your mind is like Christ. That you come to do the will of the Father. Not my will, Lord, but thy will be done. Amen. Church, it's sad when you have been around a long time and you truly don't have a church home. Uh-oh. It's really sad because you should have a church home. You should have a place that you consider your church home, and you should not just have that as your home. You should support that place as your home, because it is nothing like calling on family or church friends to help you. Ain't nothing like having a real family, real friends that'll help you. I'm not saying a church home just to have your name written down on the road, but your church home that you can be accountable and be held accountable for who you are and whose you are. Nothing like being a part of the body of Christ, that we stand firm, but we don't waver because we have strength. So many times the enemy get us out there because we're by ourselves and you're trying to do it by yourself. And the sad reality is you could do it by yourself, but it sure is a lot of work. If I'm going to move the chair, the keyboard or something, I say, brother, grab this in, I grab that in. It's just easy to do things together. The Bible talks about don't forsake the assembling of yourselves together. But there are some that say, well, I don't have to go to church. I don't have to go to church. I don't have to go to church. And those that don't go to church, you watch their lifestyle and look at all the little things they find themselves getting into, all the different strongholds in their life. Being in church helps me because being in church makes me accountable. No, it doesn't make you perfect. No, forget about that. You be mad on the job tomorrow, you want to curse somebody out. And that happens sometimes. But what it does do is there's something on the inside of you saying, you know what, this too shall pass. When they irritate you and you recognize that it's a ploy of the enemy, you can just sit back and say, devil, I'll spot you this time. I see what you're doing and it won't work. I'll not get mad. I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to keep my peace and that shall pass. See, church, nothing that'll come your way will last forever. Even trouble won't last always. The Bible says in Psalm 31 that weeping may endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. Even though I'm crying at night, but in the morning, I'll wipe my tears and get back in the game because it's a new day. And you begin to understand that today is a new day. Ice Cube or Ice T, one of them said today is a good day. Amen. And that's the way you like to see it. You want to see today as a good day. And church, when you begin to get your mind right that today is a good day, you will have a good day. Forget all the zodiac crap. Horoscope is nothing but is divination from the devil. It means circles of animals. There's no way in the world somebody writes something about an animal can predict your future when I'm created in the image of God. But what will happen? When you allow your mind to go there, you will live out the creed of what you read. Well, you know how them Pisces are. You know how them Leos are. And you'll act just like that because somebody told you that. See, church, you wouldn't know if nobody told you. It's that the fact that you know and now you have to deal with the knowledge. Same way our kids are. We put the limits on our kids. We put the limits on them. And y'all heard me talk about the story, and they say that the baby's in the mother's womb, and inside of this fluid, amniotic fluid, or whatever it is, you inside of all this water, and the baby is swimming and all of this stuff. And naturally, you put the baby out by water, the baby can swim. But you know what we do, right? Your little baby go next to the water, you screaming and hollering, and get back from that water, and you put fear in your kids because of your fears. Naturally, they can swim. If he or she fell off in the water, they could just float and swim and flip around. It's natural. But we will take something that's natural and make it unnatural because of our own fears. It's natural for me to trust God. But you make me not want to trust God. Well, child, God ain't going to do that for you. God ain't going to bless you like that. You ain't even qualified with that job. He said, I'll give you homes that you didn't build. So how can he not give me a job that I'm not qualified for? And that's your opinion of qualified. I'm qualified if I get it. But see, you allow other people to dictate, well, you know how we are. Child, I don't want to be the boss. But you complain about the boss. And when your time comes, well, girl, I don't want that responsibility on me. Well, quit talking about it then. Because that's my next move. That's where I'm going. Get rid of the strongholds. I could just imagine if I was living in the projects and I finally was able to leave, how many folks would be glad? It's a child, he getting up out of here, I'm glad for you. Remember good times? They were glad for them jokers to move on. Not the cultural people I know. First thing they say, they think they something. Look at it. Just because they're getting out of here, look at it. And then there go the stronghold. The stronghold of your mind. How many times have you ever really wanted to do something for God and somebody said, well, man, don't do that. You come on with me. How many times you say you're going to stop drinking? And the boy said, come on, man, you can have one beer. I'll be 50 years old in a few months. I've never drank or smoked in my life. And it seemed like people on a mission to get me to drink. When I get ready to drink, I'm old enough to do it. Amen. And I've seen enough people do it, I believe I know how to do it. It's amazing things you don't want to do, people want you to do. They really can't stand that you don't do something that they're doing. It drives them crazy. That you want to go to church on a Friday night and they want to go to the club. That you want to get to church early because you want to quiet your mind, because you want to usher in the Spirit of God, and they walk in talking about what happened last night or last week or what they're going to do today. And they get upset with you because you said, we in the church and I don't want to hear that. I want to get my mind where I can receive from God. And they look at you like you're crazy. Or you quit cursing and you see women walk by and they fine and you don't even look at her. And you didn't see her. Yeah, I saw her. You didn't turn around.